Oh, okay, gentlemen, we're back again. Let's see if we can connect Mbe again before we go. We continue with our conversation. We were having challenges before now, but let's see if we can get it fixed. I've invited Mbe again. So Mbe, I don't know. Are you with me? Can you see the invite from your end? Okay, I'm still waiting for Mbe to join me. Mbe has been invited, and we were waiting for him to connect with us, join us on this all-important and explosive conversation today on this platform. So, Mbe, if you're there, could you request? Okay, fine. I'm getting a notification from there, but it pops up and goes off again. Let's see. You can try again. Try again, and let's see. I'm waiting for you. I'm not seeing any signal. Okay, network seems to be poor or not good enough for a video connection. Okay, fine. I got a connection. I got a connection. Let's see. Okay, we have it here at last. You're welcome, Nwaniga, to the program.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes, I can hear you. And can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear now. I was struggling with the technology.
I can understand. It happens. It happens. You're welcome. How have you been?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. You know, sorry about the delay. What time is it now? We are late, yeah.
Yeah, we're some 15, 16 minutes gone, but it's okay. Let's see what we can cover before time is up. First of all, I've known you all my life, and I've always known you as Chika Nwomeje. But today we see you as Mbe Nwaniga. Mbe is a controversial animal in the Igbo traditional folklore, full of wits and, a lot of controversies. What happened? When did you become Mbe Nwaniga, and what led to that transformation?
Well, I think I've told this story a couple of times already, you know, so I was assuming everyone have got used to it. There was a time, I can't remember what year it was. It was 2017, at the peak of the problem with Nnamdi, Kanu and IPOB. I was actually one of the vocal ones trying to, say a different thing altogether. Everyone was saying how cool it was, to oppose the government, and then how IPOB is the Salvation Army, and everyone was cool with it. So I happened to be the only one trying to point out that we're not going to get anywhere with IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu. So the entire crew, the whole crew, all the crowd kind of turned on me. They all turned on me, and they were calling us all animals. So I got called an animal about 100 times in a day on my Facebook page. So at the end of the day, I accepted that we are all animals, and I chose to be Nwaniga. If we are all animals, they said now we are in a zoo. Okay, so I said, okay, there's no problem. We're in a zoo, I accept, but if we are going to be like George Orwell's Animal Farm, I chose to be Nwaniga, which instead of being a snake or pig or whatever. So that was just how the name came about. And I did give notification that I will be changing my name in 2 weeks. And then I was sending reminders to every once and again, and at the end of the day, I followed it up.
That's interesting. Of all of the animals, you have the elephant, you're a very tall person. So if I was asked to describe you as an animal, I would say you're a giraffe or something like an antelope because you're tall and slim. But of all animals, why did you choose Mbe, the tortoise?
Well, of course you know the story, you know the folklore about Nwaniga.
Exactly.
So Mbe is slow, but there's something about Mbe that all of us know. It's not just the Igbo folklore. The Yoruba have all African nations have some kind of stories about tortoise. So they have been, they reported me to Facebook. I get report like 5 times, 6 times in a day. I get notification that I've been breaking some community standard, and these are all coming from these guys. When I navigated through this, and Facebook sent me some, I had to write a letter, send my IDs and some other things to Facebook. Wow. There was a lot of processes. I had to go through a lot of processes, and when I overcame all these things, I just told them that, you know what, I am going to be Nwaniga because I've managed to handle all of you like Nwaniga would do. So the only thing is I am now Nwaniga because I handled this issue. I handle it perfectly like Mbe would do as Nwaniga.
Exactly. That's interesting. I didn't know it got to that extent of even having to submit your IDs and stuff to Facebook. That's really serious. But how would you describe yourself as an individual? What's the difference between Chika Omeje and Nwaniga?
Well, there's I don't know, the difference is just Nwaniga is just a pseudonym. It's nothing else. Actually, my name remains Chika Omeje, and this is my legal name. I don't. You have known me for a long time. I'm still a normal guy. The guy next door. Normally, I am not somebody, nothing interests me more than seeing people making progress. If we're at a crossroad, we have to, my kind of person will not want to see things get bad or get worse. We're already in a bad situation. What normally, I've not been following events because I can't cope anymore. I am not the kind of person who will look at things and try to sit on our weaknesses. I prefer to sit on our strengths and work on it and move on. I know there are a lot of people who are not, they're not doing well. I mean, doing well in the sense that they are not coping properly with the way Nigeria is now. But I, as an individual, I have seen more than this. I came from a background that not make me survive anything in Nigeria. I've written about this all the time. I keep writing about them. If anybody can survive, if I can survive Nigeria, then anybody can survive Nigeria. But people are taking it personal. People are taking this Nigeria situation, they're carrying it on their head as if it's their load. This is not anyone's load. There's something we need to do with your individual ability to survive in a country like Nigeria. Is something you should look at. Look at Mbe's footstep, look at my footstep, and you'll be able to. If I sit down and tell you, brother, do this, do that for a day, believe me, if we follow that, most people will not be in trouble. So I see myself as a normal guy who just want the best for his country. Irrespective of who the person is, if you're rich or poor, I don't normally look at people from that angle. I don't normally look at people from ethnic background or so. I do understand that ethnicity is a problem in Nigeria, but we can all overcome these things. I've been around, I've seen people. I've been around, I've seen people. I've mixed with people from all over the world. So mixing with people from Nigeria is not a big deal to me.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I don't know
Let
how
me
else to describe myself.
Let me ask you. I'm sorry to interrupt. A lot of people would think because of your political activity, because you are very vocal in political matters, you are a politician. Let me ask you and let them hear it from you. Are you a politician or do you belong to any political movement?
No, I'm not a politician. I'm not a politician, but I am a politically exposed person.
Okay.
I'm a politically active person. I'm very, very active politically. I don't belong to any political party, but I belong to a political movement. I belong to not just one. I probably belong to one or two political movements that is championing the cause of federalism in Nigeria.
Okay.
So I belong to. I am a prominent member of Federalist Movement of Nigeria.
Okay. Okay.
But
Okay.
in terms of the political party, I have no partisan affiliation with anyone. This is this pressure group. This pressure group is the only group that I feature in it very well.
I see. Pressure group and not a political party. You know, because of your role in 2015 elections, especially you were among, if not the most vociferous supporter of Muhammadu Buhari before the 2015 elections. Most people think you belong to a political party. But today, you stand out as one of the strongest critics of Muhammadu Buhari too. Where did things go wrong between the both of you? Where did he lose it?
Well, we're all following events in Nigeria. Yes, I can't deny that I was in support of change. I actually bought the idea of changing that Nigeria, we're not exploiting our potentials. We have the potentials to become better than who we are now. And somehow in 2015, there was a kind of climax. There was a lot of things that, they swayed our emotions, the bombings in Kanu, the bombing in Abuja, the Boko Haram thing, the pardoning of Alamesia, Dipriya Alamesia, and the stampede in Abuja Stadium. There was a lot of things that we're all human beings, we're all Nigerians. A lot of things happened that it made me take that position that we need to get rid of Jonathan. And I was thinking that at that time, we were thinking that the only person who could get rid of Jonathan is Muhammadu Buhari. This is because Buhari already had 12 million votes. He has consistently had these 12 million votes from his base in the north.
The north.
And as things will have it, most of us then were thinking that there will be no way you can kick PDP out without, looking for help from Buhari. You need someone like Buhari to get rid of the PDP, get rid of Jonathan. Unfortunately, we have all seen that there's no difference between Buhari and Jonathan. If there is any difference, then it means that Jonathan could even be somehow better than the man now. I'm not regretting what we did in 2015. I will never regret that, because it is like telling somebody who is in the dark that, if he regrets asking for light. We were in the dark in 2015. But then, from asking for light, things got darker. I think by now, we asked for light and then the light dimmed a little bit more. So I don't see how that is my fault. I don't see how. The only problem, the only blame I kind of put to some of us who were really asking for Buhari in 2015 was that as many of us who were active to get Buhari to kick Jonathan out in 2015, not only about half of that population of us saw what Buhari turned out in just 4 years. And half of that population participated in an effort to get rid of Buhari in 2019. So that was how it happened. I have taken it personally with a lot of people who did not, who got Buhari in there, like Jasper, Zwatalam, and the rest. They got Buhari, and then I don't know what made them think that Buhari is the man till today. This is 6 years on, and we're now worse than where we were in 2015. And people still believe that Buhari is the way forward. So this is how it happened. You know? This is exactly how it happened.
I agree with you. We were together. We were around those days in 2015. Yes, a lot of people who supported him in that 2015 have left him and are now against him. So you are not alone. But top on Buhari's list of failures, the areas where he has failed most is security, and that insecurity has actually crept home to the southeast. With the recent reports we're hearing about the attack in Adani, an agrarian community in your home state, Enugu State, and another one in Ishielu, the neighboring Ebonyi State. Well, what do you think of this?
Well, the attack in Adani on Sunday is different from the attack in Ebonyi State yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? So this incident, they are not related. They are not. The security situation of Nigeria is I don't know how we can define. Now it's getting out of hand. Factions are coming up from some non-state agents are acting from different angles. So the people that did what committed the atrocity in Adani on Sunday, they do not have the same interest with the people that struck at Ishielu in Ebonyi State. From my investigation, I've been busy, but from my Adani is just behind me. It's my place. It's close to my place. Of course, you know.
Exactly.
What happened in Adani? Some people, what they call unknown gunmen. I don't want to start going into that now, but these unknown gunmen, they went to a place, a motorcycle repair shop in Adani. And this motorcycle repair shop is owned by a man from Uzuwan.
Okay.
It happens that, I don't know what happened. What we read in the media is quite different from what happened. They were telling us that herdsmen went to Ega. Ega is another community not far from Adani, a neighboring community. The herdsmen went there and shot someone and refused. They stop people from taking the man to hospital. That is bonkers. Nothing like that ever happened. What happened was that these unknown gunmen simply went to a place where a community of northerners always gather. And this place is a motorcycle repair shop. Most of these people who were killed, about 4 of them who were killed, 6 actually died. But about 4 or 5 of them were Okada riders, commercial motorcycle riders from the north. So, and these guys, among them, they have nothing in common with the Fulani herdsmen. If you go there, I was home in Nigeria in 2019 and 2020. I went to Adani. And I saw people, a guy from Taraba, I saw someone from Taraba, and I asked him, why are you here in a small place like this? Why are you here? And he said, it is no longer safe for him where he comes from in Taraba. So this guy is a Christian northerner. So when people bring this on,
close to Middle Belt, displaced northern Christians in the Middle Belt that migrated down southeast, right?
Yeah, most of them. If you go to Nsukka and Adani and Obolafo, you will notice that most of the Okada riders there, they're from Taraba is in the northeast. Taraba is part of the old Gongola, so it's in the northeast with Adamawa. It's split from Adamawa. That Gongola and Adamawa is where, I mean, Adamawa and Taraba is the offspring of Gongola state. There's a lot of Christians there. And if you go to Nsukka, you will see the same thing. Most of those Okada riders in Adani, they are the people who have been fighting Fulani themselves for years. So what the unknown gunmen did, it was atrocious. What they did on Sunday was atrocious because they just went into a community of people that look different and start shooting there. And when some of them ran into the mosque, of course, in a gathering like that, majority of them will be Muslims. So they went, when they went to that shop and started shooting at, some of those guys ran to a nearby mosque where they pray. You know, when there's a northern Muslim community mosque. So some of them ran to the mosque, and the unknown gunmen pursued them into the mosque and shot them there. And then they set the mosque on fire, and then set the bicycle, the motorcycle repair shop on fire.
Wow.
That was what happened. That was what happened in Adan. It is quite different from the reprisal attack by herdsmen, suspected reprisal attack by herdsmen at the Ishielu in Ebonyi State.
Ebonyi State, yeah.
Yes. So those there are two different attacks. You know, they have two different motives. You know, they have two different, very different motives.
Now, if you say the Adani attack was carried out by unknown gunmen, you know, we've been reading about this unknown gunmen known for attacking police and military formations in the southeast. Is there any correlation between these two incidents or this development, the unknown gunmen that attacked the military formations and the ones that attacked the individuals at Adani?
Well, yeah, I think yes. I don't have evidence, so I cannot say things. I can only, my suspicion is this unknown gunman. Someone on Facebook was praising and thanking God for sending unknown gunmen to them. That person is Nnamdi Kanu. And yes, Nnamdi Kanu, if you go to his Facebook page, if you go to his social media handles, you will see him celebrating unknown gunmen.
Wow.
So if you go to Adani today, the word on the street there is that ESN, the ESN stands for Eastern Security Network, that operatives of the ESN are the ones that came to Adani to carry out that shooting. But then unknown gunmen happens to be an informal name for this ESN. In my thinking, I have no evidence to support this, but circumstantial evidence, which I pointed out already, in what Nnamdi Kanu already said, the way he was celebrating unknown gunmen, if you analyze his speech, you will see that Nnamdi Kanu makes it obvious that there's no difference between this unknown gunmen and the Eastern Security Network. And if people are willing to listen, I mean, people are willing to look into it, you will see it there. Because
that's serious. That's a serious one. That's a serious one, because I've always known right from the beginning when IPOB was launched, you've never been in support of IPOB, their tactics, or even Nnamdi Kanu himself. Where the things go wrong, because I expect that for someone like you, who's always on the side of the people, and the IPOB is always preaching, talking about the fact that they are being oppressed, the marginalization of the Igbo people or people of the southeastern region, everyone would expect that you would support IPOB or Nnamdi Kanu. But why are you not in support of him and his IPOB and by extension, ESN?
Well, there is a way I will support my support. I don't just support people or support organizations because people are supporting them. I don't do it. First of all, I had nothing against Nnamdi Kanu. He is the Biafra thing. My belief, I've read a lot of history books, and I see myself as somebody who educated himself, you know, on this issue. When it comes to Biafra, Biafra has become like heaven to us. I mean, Christians think about heaven as a place that, you know, they go when they die. A lot of Igbo people, they are now seeing Biafra as their salvation. Now, if you look at the situation now, Christians are not sure if there is actually heaven out there. I'm a Christian, I'm a Catholic, but I am not sure. I cannot say with the accuracy of mathematics that there's somewhere called heaven where I will go when I die. I'm being frank with you. At the same time, there's no way called Biafra. Biafra, as espoused by Nnamdi Kanu, will never come to be. I'm saying this here.
Why?
Because it's like asking for the Roman Empire to come back. The people of Biafra are the people of Biafra, the same people Nnamdi Kanu is bringing into Biafra, his Biafra, are the same people that killed Biafra. Major EAA took, Ibibio man, EAA took, is the one who took Owerri. He was the one who took Umuahia. Elechi Amadi from River State, he was the one who fought against Biafra. Ken Saro-Wiwa fought against Biafra. What was the reason why these people all fought against Biafra? What was the reason? They wanted, at the first time, the minorities' right, minorities' self-determination is older than Biafra. I've been trying to point this out to everybody. When Ironsi took over, after the first coup in January 1966, and then Ironsi inherited the government, the first people who revolted against Igbo leadership of Nigeria were the Jaws. Then Isaac Boro left his chemistry studies in Nsukka there, and he was actually the student union president of UNN. And he left that thing and went to Lagos, and he started the Niger Delta Volunteer Force, which, of course, were the biggest threat Ironsi faced before the counter-coup. We know all this. In February 12, 1966, the Jaws declared the Lower Niger, the Niger Delta, they declared independent of Nigeria. That was, at that time, nobody ever knew that there would be anything like Biafra.
Wow.
So my opposition to IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu is based on historical facts, and then we are a product of history. The way they are going about Biafra is the same way some Christians are going about heaven. A lot of Christian cults, they've gone around killing themselves. Some of them starve themselves to death so that they will go to heaven. And they are not sure there is anything like heaven. The same way Nnamdi Kanu's people, he's led a lot of people to, if I am the president of Nigeria now, I will call Nnamdi Kanu and tell him, I have no problem with you, just go and form this Biafra. And I am 100% sure that this Biafra, he will, if you ask him to go and form this Biafra, the whole agitation will die. Biafra is not, the fight now will be between Kanu and the people he brought together as Biafra. You will see that the Ijo will wake up against the Igbo. The Ibibio will wake up against the, why are we not reading? Why are Nigerian people not reading why are they not reading aspects of their history? You can't tell me that you want to adopt the man who killed your father as your father. It doesn't happen. Someone killed you. Someone killed Biafra. And the same people you're bringing into this Biafra are the people their parents killed Biafra. You have not asked them the reason why they killed Biafra or why they did not want to be any part of Biafra.
Let me ask, is it not possible that these our Ijo or the brothers from our brothers from the South were actually misled by the Nigerian leaders those days to kill their Eastern brothers, and now they have seen the light and known that they were played against each other and have found a reason to come together? Don't you think that's the situation here?
No, that's not the situation. Vinci, that is not the situation. The situation in they took the path that is most favorable to them in 1967. They did not do this. Politics is not anything to do with emotions. It's not like, oh, we made a mistake and no. If you ask, if there is a vote today in Niger Delta, if you go to the Eastern minority and ask them for a vote, do you want to be with the Igbos in the Republic of Biafra? 99% will say no to that. I mean, if Gowon had allowed Ojukwu to stage a referendum, which was one of the demands Ojukwu was making at the time, a lot of people would have, they would have voted to stay in Biafra among the minorities. That percentage might be up to 50% in 1967. Now, if you do that referendum thing, in the minority area outside Igbo land, you will not get 10% of people who will want to be with the Igbos in Biafra. You can sample the opinion there where anywhere in Akwa Ibom or Cross River or Bayelsa or even River State, where there is an overwhelming population of Igbos there, or Igbo groups, whatever they want to call themselves. They were not deceived. They know that they will be dominated by the Igbo. In that old Biafra, there were 9 million Igbos and 5 million minorities. Sorry to call them minorities. I don't know what the politically correct word to call them. The Igbos made up 9 million of the population of Biafra. And the minorities, the non-Igbos, the non-Igbos of the eastern region made up 5 million population. That was almost twice the population of the minorities. So these people will not want to be, before independence, they have been asking for Calabar Ogoja River State. This preceded Biafra, it preceded independence. The Willing Commission of 1958 is still there for us to read. Their fears were well expressed there. So I don't understand how people can change their, it's like, okay, this guy, I know, you don't change your mind about who you are or about your interests hardly change. These people don't want to be dominated, nobody. We don't want Hausa Fulani, who are majority population in Nigeria, to dominate us. It's the same way the minorities in Niger, eastern minorities or the Niger Delta people, they do not want the Igbo, who are twice bigger than they are, to dominate them politically.
Yeah, but one of the major complaints of IPOB and their supporters is that it's not just about domination, but deliberate domination and marginalization of the minorities. For instance, if you have the way Buhari has been conducting his government, where he's been accused of making most of the appointments and the juicy appointments from his lineage, Hausa Fulani lineage, where you have all the security chiefs before now as coming from the north or being Muslims. This has been the way it's been going for a long time, and that has been the major complaint against this government, nepotism more like. Now, Nnamdi Kanu in his speeches has promised that nothing like that is going to happen, and every homogeneous group would have to be in charge of their fate under one region. Just like the way we're asking for regionalization, maybe the Southeast has to be in one place, the Oduduwa, and so he is promising that every group, every homogeneous group will have to be together, and determine their own fate, unlike what we have currently in Nigeria, where one ethnic group is lording it over the rest. What do you think Kanu is being insincere in what he said?
Kanu, I don't know, it's difficult to describe Kanu perfectly. Kanu he's not being insincere in, yes, in some of his words, you can see that. I think he's riding on the shoulder of Biafra emotion. That was just it to me. Kanu is not the first person who will lead a Biafra agitation. I mean, Biafra agitation for whatever. There were a lot of people. Don't forget that Kanu's popularity is based on the fact that he founded a radio, and he can. Uwazulike before him did more. I was in my university when Uwazulike was in charge, and he was a lot more ferocious than Nnamdi Kanu. So Kanu himself is just using this Biafra format, is exploiting the Biafra emotion. And he will not be the last person to do this. Biafra is an open wound on the Igbo's conscience. So I don't think if Nigeria don't heal this wound perfectly, if they don't find a solution to the Biafra struggle or the Biafran consciousness, if Nigeria don't sort that out, Kanu is just playing. Kanu did not create that ball. He did not make the pitch. He's just playing. This is his game. So Nigeria need to recreate the pitch and set the rules on how to get, how to lay the ghost of Biafra to rest. I know Biafra was defeated. Everyone knows that. But that military defeat has not translated to, how do we call it? Moral defeat, or, like when it is still living in the minds of people. Most of those who fought the Biafran war, Alexander Madiebo wrote a book. He was the commander, Biafran army commander. He said that nobody in his right mind should think about this kind of thing again. Odumegwu Ojukwu himself said the same thing. Hilary Njoko, who was commander of the Biafran army before Madiebo, he wrote a book. He said the same thing. Bernard Odogu, who was the commander of Biafran security, he wrote a book. He said the same thing. Everybody knows that it is wrong for us to continue thinking about Biafra.
Okay.
In the sense that of a geographical zone, Biafra is not anything that will become possible tomorrow. But then in Nigeria, just like I told you, when a Christian is suffering, the Christian will find solace in the thought that he or she will go to heaven when they die. Yeah. The oppression in Nigeria, when people look at what Nigeria has become, Nigeria has failed actually. When I look at Nigeria, and if I am not very well educated, if I don't have the history of my people, the next thing will be, there is a place called Biafra and it will be better for me. I will not bother asking which state or local government will make up Biafra. What will be the composition of Biafra? Those things, nobody's asking question now. Where is this heaven? Is it outside the firmament or somewhere in the sky or under the ground? Where is this heaven? Nobody's asking that question. Because everyone, the people are just emotionally attached to that trepid solution.
Okay, so let me cut it short here. You once promoted an ideology of IPOB over Biafra, what Kanu is agitating for today. I don't know, at a point you stopped promoting that IPOB ideology. What happened to that ideology, and what is it all about over Biafra?
Well, the IPOB idea, the IPOB idea was, I called it Plan B. If Nigeria fails today, if Nigeria collapses, there have to be a Plan B for the Igbo. Already, the way people are, most people who believe in Biafra are praying for Nigeria. It was just a series of, what do I call it? A series of courses. I use these posts to kind of bring about the idea that the Igbo as a people need to be on their own, develop their own language, and then build their own republic. Because Biafra is not an idea that is sustainable, that is not a practical idea. You cannot practicalize Biafra because you cannot have the Igbo and the Ijaw in one republic. Or look at what they did to Asari Dakobo recently. The Ijaw have told him that he's no longer, because he declared Biafra, they walked him off. They walked him off from the Ijaw National Congress. Wow. It's the same thing with the Igbo. What is wrong with the Igbo being on their own? The Yoruba have carved out, they have a boundary. They know what they are looking for. Now, if Nigeria is no more today, the Yoruba can become Oduan Republic. This gentleman, what is his name? He was championing it until Obasanjo arrested him.
Faseun, the OPC
Not
guy?
Faseun, it was, what was his name again? I forgot his name. This guy in London, he's still, I think he's supporting Buhari now. What is that, his name? Don't worry about it. I will remember his name and I will let you know. We need to have a practical republic, a practical plan B. A plan B that is practicable, you know, where we can say that, listen, when there is no Nigeria to cling to, anybody who is an Igbo, when the Jews are looking for a republic, they did not say they want to become, they want to find a republic with the Syrians and the Palestinians and all that. They want to establish a Jewish state. The Igbo need to establish an Igbo state when there's no more Nigeria. It's a simple thing. Nigeria is at the verge of collapse, and the Igbo are asking people, look, my house is collapsed, my father's house is about to collapse. And I'm going to other people and say, and I'm telling them, listen, and my house is about to collapse. I need, come, let us build a house together. Instead of, rallying my own brothers together and say, listen, our house is collapsed. My own blood brothers. I'm going to strangers and telling them, listen, our house is about to collapse. We have to build a house. I cannot depend on I cannot depend on those people. I have to build on my own. You know, this is my own plan. Why can't the Igbo?
But even you yourself agreed that we have Igbo people spill over into other neighboring states that are not called Igbo states. Just like Kanu is arguing that in Edo, Igodomigodo, there are Igbo people. In Delta, there are Igbo people. In Benue, there are Igbo people. Rivers, you know, in Akwa Ibom State and I think Cross River, there are Igbo people. Is there anything wrong with him reaching out to these people, these, you know, Igbo people who inadvertently found themselves in other states in the South?
There's a big difference there. I don't know if you are aware of what Kanu is asking for. Kanu is not reaching out for Igbo people. He's reaching out to multinational, multi-ethnic nationalities in the Niger Delta. He's reaching out to the Bibio, he's reaching out to the Anan, he's reaching out to the Kalabari, the Efik, he's reaching out even to the Gala and the Doma people. I know there are Igbo people. I know there are Igbo people in River State. There are people of Igbo ethnicity in River State. And in that Igbo Biaden, I made mention that if we want to, we will ask these people, you have a referendum, and then we ask them in a referendum, do you want
we seem to have lost him to poor network connection from his end while he is doing justice to this very important topic, his Igbobia ideology against Nnamdi Kanu's Biafra. I'll try to reach Mbe again and then connect him as we progress. Let me see. Okay, I may have to end this here and come back on the second part of this program, maybe initiate it as a second segment where we continue this discussion because we still have a lot of issues to talk about here with Mbe Nwaniga, the controversial Mbe. Thank you for joining us. Please join us again when you get the notification that we've gone live while I reach Mbe back end to record.